You know me, SDMT. Let's get it, baby. UFC 260 reaction, man. It was lit, man. Huge heavyweight fight, man. It was awesome. Stipe, Francis, man, it lived up to it. It lived up to it. A lot of people are mad with the outcome. We're going to get to that. First, let's talk about Luke. Let's talk about Tyron Woodley, his last fight on the contract. You know what I mean? Tyron Woodley, Dana White's definitely not favorite fighter. We know he's going after this. You know what I mean? This is like 4 straight L's and he got finished. So, you know, we got to look at Tyron Woodley. He's 39 years old. It's time for him to, to move on. You know what I mean? He hasn't won a fight since he dropped that song, I'll Whoop Your Ass. You know what I mean? He hasn't won a fight since then. It's pretty sad watching his career just end like that, but he's 39 years old. You know what I mean? When you start getting up there in age, your natural test starts dropping. You've been taking beatings, you've been fighting and wrestling for so long, your body can only handle so much. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people hating on Tyron Woodley for, you know, other reasons. But at the end of the day, man, he was a champion, and, you know, he definitely made his mark and, you know, defended that belt a few times. Now, we got to look at it, man. We got to look at it. Let's talk about the heavyweight fight, man. Francis NGANNOU, man. He knocks out Stipe, man. That was awesome, man. That power, man. The size difference was so huge, man. Stipe came in looking real skinny and small. His legs were just so skinny. I don't remember Stipe's legs being that skinny. I don't know what he was thinking. What was his plan coming in so light? But, you know, maybe he's trying to be a little faster and try to quick Francis. But Francis was a lot measured. He was very patient, and you can tell he attacked this fight more intelligently. You know what I mean? He wasn't swinging all wild, trying to, knock Stipe out early. He won the first round. He did a great job of picking and choosing his moments. You can tell his work with Freddie Roach really paid off because he was tightening up his punches. You know what I mean? You know, we're going to talk about how he finished him. We're going to get to how he used those tight punches, but that takedown defense in the first round where he stuffed the takedown from Stipe, I was so hyped. That was so huge right there because everybody thought that Stipe can get those takedowns again. But Francis just, you know what I mean, he stuffed it, took him down, got some punches in, landed some huge punches, some solid kicks, and he was very patient. He was very calculated, and he was very smart and intelligent, man. People look at Francis as this big, brawn, muscle, scary guy, but he attacked this fight very intelligently, man. Very smart the way he went after Stipe and, set him up. You know what I mean? He finished him with that straight power left jab. He stunned him, got a few more punches in, got a nice hook in, and then he hit him with one more power left jab and finished him. Straight punches right down the pipe. He didn't finish him with the looping punches. He finished him with the straight punches. And you can tell that Francis has been working on tightening up his punches and not throwing so much those looping, crazy haymakers, which they land, you know what I mean? They're insane, but we got to look at, you got to give Stipe props, man. Stipe has one of the strongest chins ever. He ate some punches in that first round, and then in that second round, he ate some punches. You can only take so many of those punches, man. Francis, you couldn't pay me enough money to get hit by Francis NGANNOU. You couldn't pay me enough money to get hit by him, man. So we look at this, man, and we look at what's next for maybe Francis and maybe even Stipe. Does Stipe retire at this point, or does he try to get a rematch, or does he sit out and let Jon Jones and, Francis get into it, which that looks huge, you know what I mean? Jon Jones came out and said, show me the money. He's ready to do business. He's been so, he's been tweeting so much about the fights recently. He's been talking so much mess about every fighter, you know what I mean, that's been fighting and trying to get all attention to himself. He's such a drama queen. And he wants all this attention for not fighting. You haven't fought in over a year now, but you want to always put the attention on you. You know what I mean? But we look at it, if Francis can stuff those takedowns like that, Jon Jones is going to sleep. I'm sorry, Jon Jones does not have a stronger chin than Stipe. I'm sorry. Stipe has, I would say, the strongest chin in the UFC. He's one of the only guys that has 8 Francis's punches like that. You know what I mean? He ate him that first round. He ate him a horrible punch. He just ate it and just kept going. And it was just like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, that's knocking out most of the world. But Stipe just ate it. So we got to look at Jon Jones. He's been rocked before. He's a guy that's taken some punches, but he's never taken punch from a man as big as Francis NGANNOU, 263. you know what I mean, just huge, muscular, super powerful, you know what I mean? Like, if he can't get that takedown, I don't know. He's going to have to push the pace and tire him out. And that'll be the best situation, keep him guessing. But if he gets clipped, good night. You know what I mean? Good night. It's a great fight. It's going to be a lot of money. Francis deserves it. He's a star. You know what I mean? This is huge right here, man. And, you know, it'd be interesting to see if, you know, Stipe does retire or does he try to keep going? You know what I mean? That knockout was definitely one of those career, you know what I mean? You might want to second guess your career. You know what I mean? You know, Stipe's 38 years old now. You go up and fight Francis again. If Francis beat Jon Jones, you got to take those punches again. Your brain can only take so many. You know what I mean? Even if you're a Stipe fan, you got to think about his family. You know what I mean? And what's going on. So, you know what I mean? Great fights, man. I'm happy for Francis. I told y'all, brothers are stepping all 2021. Brothers are stepping. We stepping. Oh, shit. Francis with the knockout. I loved it, man. It was a great performance by Francis, man, that he won the grappling battle. He won the stand-up battle. He threw harder kicks. He threw straight punches. And you know what I mean? He hurt Stipe. Stipe landed a punch, and then he lunged in and got hit with a straight left down the pike. Just knocked him out. Francis got one more punch before Herb can get there. You know what I mean? And that was awesome, man. I love to see that fight. It was great. Props to Stipe for, you know, training hard, coming out there and giving his best performance he could. It would be interesting to see also if he continues to fight at a lighter weight or will he try to go back up to 245 because the size difference was huge. You know what I mean? Maybe his chin would have held up a little bit more with about 10 to 15 more pounds on him. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did you guys enjoy it, man? What do you guys think is next for Francis? And if he fought Jon Jones, would you put your money on Jon Jones? You know what I mean? I want to do a video on that, but you let me know in the comments. Who would you pick in that fight? And let me know what you guys think is next for Stipe as well. All right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on my notifications, and follow me on Instagram at SDMT619. I'm out. SDMT!